So, Michael, we are going to look into your past. So, this is back when you were 15 years old. You just started high school in September, and I'm gonna say that your family. So you have two parents, Sophia and Thomas Brightwood, and Sophia works as a secretary, and Thomas works as a police officer. You have friends of the family named the Hartilly family, who was the father of the Hartilly family, Ross Hartilly, was very close friends with your dad. Growing up as a child, they visited your parents often because they were so close. They also ended up having a son who was the same age as you as well. Their son name is Joey Hartilly. You probably were pretty close with Joey right up to the time when the Hartillys ended up moving away because Ross got a really good opportunity in the UK, in London.
Okay.
With his wife at the time, they ended up having like 3 other children. You probably kept in touch with Joey a little bit, maybe as pen pals, but back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, when you didn't have the internet, that was kind of hard. Anyway, Ross and his wife at the time ended up separating, but now he's remarrying to this new girl, Rachel. And yes, the kids' names are Chandler is the youngest one, and then Phoebe and Monica are the twins. So Ross is about to get married to Rachel, and your dad made arrangements with your high school to take off some time so that you guys could go visit them in the UK, because your dad was actually asked to be Ross's best man for this wedding. So it's still like relatively early in the school year, and they're only going to be in the UK just for a few days, right, for the wedding before you come back. So you guys are at the airport, and we're going to say that you're on the plane right now, about to take off to head over to London. And I'm going to say that you're probably sitting next to your dad, and he says, "Michael, are you looking forward to seeing Joey again?"
Yeah, it's been quite some time. Not sure about this flight, though.
He said, "Are you still nervous about flying, Michael?"
Something about being stuck in this tin can just... I don't know.
It's going to be perfectly fine, don't worry. I've done a bit of traveling myself as well, and it's just a skip over the ponds. Are you nervous at all, though, about seeing Joey again? You guys haven't seen each other for, 8 years or so?
Yeah, I mean, I've kept in touch as much as possible, but it's kind of hard when they're in a different country.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you guys have grown up, I'm sure, a lot since you were kids. So just take it in stride, Maybe you guys might be able to find some common ground again.
You think London or England changed him that much?
I know. Maybe he got an accent, since we last saw him. I know that Ross has sort of been picking up the accent there over the last few years or so.
Something about, football not being football. They're not the same thing or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, things are a little bit different over there. Speaking of football, were you thinking about joining the team over in your new school?
Yeah. I mean, what better way to make friends than to join a team?
All right. Well, I'm definitely rooting for you. I think that your school would be silly not to take you in, at least for the JV varsity team.
Yeah, just work my way up. Just train hard and get better.
It'll be at this point when the stewardesses will tell you that they're preparing to take off, and you guys will, strap on and get ready for your flight. Okay. So you guys arrive in England, and it was a relatively uneventful trip, other than the fact that you probably have never flown overseas maybe before.
Nope.
And lots of really new things to see and do. It's kind of weird that people drive on the other side of the road and all that good stuff. But eventually you arrive at this modest looking house, and as you enter, you immediately hear the sound of some kids screaming, "Dad, they're here! They're here!" And you immediately see two heads pop up over the window as you see the two twins, Monica and Phoebe, looking at your direction. The door opens. Ross is the one who answers the door, and he says, "Thomas, Sophia, you made it." And Thomas will give his friend a hug. "Great to see you, Thomas. Great to see you." And he gives Sophia a hug. "Thomas, thank you so much for inviting us. It's so exciting." "Of course, Sophia, of course." "And you must be Michael?"
Yes, sir, Mr. Hartilli.
He says, "Goodness, you shot up like a weed."
They're feeding me well, sir.
He comes over and he gives you a small hug, and he says, Joey, Michael's here." And bounding down the stairs is this relatively tall, lanky kid, and as soon as he sees you, he gives you a bit of an excited smile and say, Hey, Michael, my man."
Joey, it's been so long.
He kind of gives you like a
Yeah.
bro hug of sorts.
Yeah.
"Man, your voice is different." He says.
Crazy things have been happening. But look at you. You look great.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's in the water. British water kind of makes you shoot up a little bit, I suppose. But Sophia is going to say, "Joey, it's so good to see you." "Oh, it's really good to see you too, Mrs. Brightwood," he says, and he goes over and gives Sophia a hug. "We've got a lot of catching up to do," Sophia says. "So where is Rachel?" Ross says, he'll say, "Rachel's off at her bachelorette party right now, but I'm sure we'll see her. We'll see her sometime tomorrow. For now, I think it's about time for dinner. We got some food on the table, so I'll show you where to put your things. Girls, can you please help Michael and his parents with some of their luggage?" "Okay, Dad, okay." And they'll help you. You guys have a lovely dinner. Eventually, you and Joey are in his room for the night, because that's where you're crashing. And he's going to be lying on... I'm going to say that Joey has a sleeping bag on the floor, and he's letting you have his bed. And you're just going to catch up, and he'll be like, "So, Michael, I was just thinking, do you remember those games we used to play when we were kids? You know, like the pretend games. Do you remember those?"
But like Army Man and Cops and Robbers and stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking those were some of my the best memories I had as a little kid. Was just running around and pretending we were like in the middle of war, or trying to stop the bad guys.
Yeah. Do you remember that time that I was running away from you and I hid behind Mr. Stewart's car and he got so mad?
I know, man. He totally thought that we were gonna like key his car or something. But I mean, we were just trying to save the world from the aliens.
Yeah, I think that was a worthy sacrifice.
I know, seriously, and I mean, it isn't our fault that his car sort of looked like an alien spaceship. I mean,
apparently it was a classic or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we were kids, so I think you could have been a little bit more understanding.
I think so too. So, England, huh?
Yeah, England.
How was it?
I mean, I've been living here since I was 7, so for as far as I can remember, it's pretty normal.
Right.
But I was actually was trying to see if I could go back to Pennsylvania again.
Really?
As I none of my parents like wanted to say anything because nothing's been super confirmed, but I was thinking about trying to study abroad over there. Maybe not right away, maybe like I don't know, sophomore year or something next year.
Well, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's I don't know, I think it's really cool, especially since we found out that your high school actually is part of the program. So it would be really neat if I could, you know, end up going to school together with you, at least for a year.
Yeah, we could get the team back together.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be so awesome. Besides, I'm sure, you know, with my dad's new wife and all, they probably would appreciate less kids at the house anyway.
That seems fair. Well, I mean, if it happens, you know, you always have a home in Scranton.
Thanks, man. You know, I have to admit, I was a little nervous when you guys were coming over because I wasn't sure if, you know, you changed that much. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you changed a lot, but I kind of think it's nice that we're able to, you know, get back into things again as if no time had passed, you know?
You thought I was gonna change? My dude, you were the one who flew across the ocean, and now you're in a different country. I was freaking out that you had changed.
I mean, I guess there's all the talk about the British and how they're so proper and find Americans to be, you know, a bunch of fat slobs and stuff. I mean, yeah, we do believe that too, but I mean, you're I wouldn't say that you fit the stereotype, so you're safe.
Well, that's good. Though, what is this thing about football? Like, it's not like our football? Like, what is that?
Yeah, you mean what we used to call soccer back over there?
Yeah, so football here is soccer back where we're from.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's really confusing.
Yeah, I was just talking to my dad on the way over here about that, and I guess I didn't get the memo that it's different.
You'll continue on your conversation. The wedding itself takes place on the evening of Friday, October 30th. And you guys are going to be flying back that following Sunday, November 1st. However, before you do, it will be Halloween, All Hallows Eve, on Saturday, October 31st. And Joey convinced his parents that you and him would go out trick-or-treating around their neighborhood because, you know, going trick-or-treating in another country must be super fun and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say that in preparation, you and him maybe like ran over to the party store and just grabbed whatever costume was like left on the rack.
Yeah.
And I'll let you decide what costume would you say that Michael's gonna dress up for Halloween.
I would say maybe like kind of like a superhero-ish, like a knockoff Superman kind of costume that's maybe
Okay.
like one size too small, since we're like doing it last minute.
Yeah.
Like super tight on him, and like the gloves only go up to like his wrist when they're supposed to go up.
In that case, I'm gonna say that Joey is going to do. He's gonna end up finding like a very simple kickboxing costume. So he's got like he got the boxing gloves and stuff, and maybe when he comes out just before you guys head out for the night, he's just gonna like do some like fast like boxing and weaving with you. Come on,
Yeah.
super guy, come on, super guy, let's see what you got, he says.
Oh, you think you can take this? You think you can take this?
All right. Could you please take the crime fighting outside, please? Rachel says. He says, "Wow, you're married to my dad, and you're already acting like my mom already." And Rachel kind of tilts her head a little bit and gives him a little bit of a. You can tell that the relationship is very good. Like Rachel and Joey actually get along really well, and he's just teasing her, and she kind of gives him a very motherly but playful sigh. Yeah. She says, "Go on out before I start throwing the kryptonite or whatever at you."
Oh, that sounds like bad news. We best head out.
So you guys are gonna go out, and you're gonna go enjoy trick-or-treating, and it's pretty cool. A lot of the kids have some pretty interesting costumes and all, and I'm gonna say it's gonna get rather late in the evening, and it's probably about time for you guys to get back to Joey's house. If you have some dice, I would love for you to roll a observe, hearing, seeing, whatever is higher for you.
That's a 15.
We're gonna say you only get a -1, because one could argue maybe your senses are slightly lower when you get older. Slightly.
Okay. So 16 then.
16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're walking by this house, and by this point, like I said, it's pretty late, so most of the trick-or-treaters, at least the young, really, really young ones, have probably already gone home. And you hear screams coming from the house, I would say 3 doors down. And it doesn't sound like screams from a Halloween party or anything.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? He asks, and he's got like a lollipop stuck in his mouth right now. Hear what?
That scream.
He pulls it out. I don't hear anything right now. You wait for like another second, and you hear more screaming again. And then he says, "Okay, that I heard. But it's Halloween, man. I'm pretty sure it's just, people trying to scare each other on Halloween."
Let's go check it out.
He pulls it out and says, "Okay, wait a minute, Michael. I know that, we've got the whole superhero thing going on, but I don't want to, be mistaken for someone trying to egg somebody's house or anything."
We don't have any eggs on us.
"All right, lead the way," he says.
Awesome, come on.
You will follow towards the screaming, and you'll come upon, again, a modest-looking house. And, again, the screaming has gotten a lot more horrific and desperate, and you're pretty positive this is not just a bunch of people that are watching a scary movie at home. And it's clearly coming from a bedroom upstairs. and you see this big flash of green light occur in the window, and the screaming stops.
Can I make a knowledge movie check to see
Sure.
if there's any like scary movies that like a green flash would?
Yeah.
So 14.
I would say no. I can't think of any off the top of my head. At least back in the 80s, no.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, what was that?
Do you hear the screaming still?
No. And then he looks up again, and then there's another flash of green light. Okay, maybe this is a haunted house or something. Maybe we should turn around and go the other way.
Where's your sense of adventure? What if someone's hurt? If it's a haunted house, wouldn't you see a line or something? People would be walking out by now.
I don't know, man. This is giving me the heebie-jeebies. But if you go, I can't let you go by yourself.
Let's just make sure. Maybe I can. He'll look at the wall. Does it look like there's a way to like scale up to see if he can look through the window?
I would say, I mean, you could probably.
Climb
it would probably be really hot. It would probably. You probably could. If you have a decent enough climb check, I think you could probably climb the gutter if you really wanted to.
Okay, I think he's gonna try and do that.
Right. Roll a climb, and we'll just keep your normal climb. You're a young guy. You're physically fit, so just keep your athletics.
I've been training for the football team.
Yeah, that's true.
That is actually my first double six.
Oh my gosh. So Joey was gonna offer to help give you a boost, but you just like easily climb up there. And he's gonna say, Michael, man, you really should like try out for your football team or something.
He'll kind of like look down and says, I am.
You'll get up closer to the window where the green flash was, and you can hear very distinctly inside the room a baby crying.
Ooh. Okay, now I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. If I look in the room, is it dark or is there a light?
If you look into the room, there is some light from the moonlight that's shining in through the window. You don't see a baby, but that's probably because that from that angle you can't. You do see a crib, and you also see a person's hand lifelessly on the floor. Can't tell if it's a woman or a man's hand though.
Is the window unlocked?
You can try to reach over and try. The window does seem to be locked.
Okay.
Michael, what do you see?
There's a crib, and I think there's someone laying on the floor. They might need help. Go call for help.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll knock on the neighbor's door or something. So
Isn't there like a police phone box or something? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe not in this. Maybe
Yeah,
not in this area.
I know, it's a Doctor Who joke.
Yeah. So, well, Joey, you'll see him run off and try to go over to the neighbors.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna slide back down, and then go to the front of the door and start like pounding on the door, asking if anyone's home.
You pound on the door, and as you pound on the door, you realize that the door was ajar, and it just opens as you knock on it, and it just creaks open.
Oh, this isn't good. Someone, he'll go in.
You go in, and what you will see immediately before you is there's like a living room to your left, there's a staircase to your right.
He'll go up the stairs.
you'll go up the staircase, and the staircase kind of winds around.
Mhm.
As you reach the first flight, because it sort of winds around and then there's another flight, you see that there is the body of a man face down, lying just on the after the first set of stairs.
Do I see any blood or anything?
You don't see any blood.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to him and kind of flip him over so he's facing up towards me.
You flip him over, and the man appears to be relatively middle-aged. Young, not, I would say possibly in his 30s, or either early 30s or late 20s. Hard to tell, really. He feels relatively warm to the touch, but he doesn't seem to be breathing. He does have very thick glasses, however.
So I think as he's like he would have checked for breathing, and you said there wasn't any. So
yeah,
I think he would try and do some form of CPR, though
Sure.
He's not trained, so he's just kind of like doing what he saw in the movies.
Roll a medicine roll, please.
Medicine. That is a 10.
You're gonna attempt to do what they did in the movies, but unfortunately he doesn't seem to be responding to the CPR at all. When you look at him a little bit more, the only other distinguishing feature about this man is he's got very unkempt hair. Very unkempt dark hair.
Okay, I think he'll kind of like yell out. Not sure if anyone will hear him, but he'll just say, "Joey, hurry up!" And then he's gonna try and find the room where the crib was.
You'll easily be able to find the room where the crib was because the baby is still crying. So you will hear his cries down the hall, and you will come into a room again, which is the room that you recognize that had the grim on it, had the room that had the crib in it, and you see that the baby on the floor with a woman who sort of has the baby like clutched, or at least had the baby clutched around her arms on the floor. And you don't see anyone else in the house other than the crying of this baby. It's very, very silent other than the crying. And the only other distinguishing thing that you notice about the baby itself is a really interesting looking scar in the shape of a lightning bolt on his forehead.
I think he'll kind of like reach over, grab the baby, be like, ugh. Like he's never held a baby before, so he's just kind of like underneath the arms. And then he'll put him back in the crib. Okay, baby's fine. The woman, and he's gonna like go over and do the same thing with the woman, try and resuscitate her if she's not breathing.
Okay. You'll try to resuscitate her, and you'll hear a voice calling out, "Michael! Michael!"
Joey, up here, quick!
Joey ran upstairs. You can hear him cry, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" You can hear him from downstairs. "Michael, this better not be a joke.
It's
better
not
not be a really sick joke.
It's not a joke. Where's the help?
I was trying to knock on all of the neighbors' doors, but everyone seems to be out for Halloween or something."
He'll just kind of like look up, like, give me strength.
Who did? That's a baby, he says. And that's another. Is she? Michael, is she?
She's not responding to my attempts to bring her back.
We gotta call the police. We gotta call the police.
Oh, good call. Did you see a phone?
No, I didn't.
Duh. England.
He starts. Let's look for a phone, and he's gonna go back, run downstairs, and you'll hear him yell out, I found one.
Good. And what? Dial 911.
It's not 911 over here.
Ooh. Well, dial the equivalent of 911. This isn't a lesson time.
Michael, the phone's dead.
The phone is... Okay.
Michael, what are we gonna do? If the police comes here, they'll think that we did this. We didn't. Well, we just found them like this.
Oh, okay. You tried the other doors, the neighbors.
I just went around the first several houses, and I thought it was taking too long, so I came back.
Okay.
I guess we can keep trying more of the houses further down in the next block over.
You do that. We should probably get these people to a hospital if they're not responding. Or the baby is alive still.
You guys, right now when you're having this conversation, you're upstairs, and you suddenly hear the creaking of footsteps downstairs. And currently both of you are upstairs.
I think, like, as he's, like, kind of, like, freaking out, he'll just quickly shut up and just, like, kind of perk up. Did you hear that?
I wish I didn't. Michael, Joey looks very, very scared right now, like white as a sheet scared. Do you think maybe the person who did this came back?
Possibly. And Michael's gonna look around the room and see if he sees anything that could be used as, like, a blunt object.
Yeah. I mean, what would be in this? I mean, what would be in a baby's room, technically? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think anything in this room would have a blunt object, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
So, you hear footsteps coming upstairs.
Hide. And when they come through the door, I'm gonna tackle them, and you just back me up.
Okay. All right. So, he will, I guess, in this room, what would be... I guess he'll try to hide behind the crib. And okay. There is a closet, if you want to hide in the closet, or are you just going to hide by the doorwell?
I'm going to hide, like, kind of, like, up against the door, or up against, like, the wall with the door. So when someone walks through, I can, like, grab him and try and drag him to the ground.
All right. You will hide behind the door. And whoever is coming up the stairs is starting to enter. You see a dark figure enter through the doorway. What do you do?
I grab the person and try and force him down.
You'll rush over to grab the person. Whoever this person was seems to have suspected and anticipated that somebody was going to jump from the shadows. And I will say for a brief second, you see a long face with a man with very long black hair. And as you charge over him to grab him, the next thing you see is this big flash of white light. White light. And you go unconscious.
Okay.
You wake up, but when you wake up, both you and Joey are not inside the house. In fact, you are across the street on the other side of the house. And there are cop cars all around this house. The thing is, you and Joey don't remember anything that happened starting at the point where you started hearing the screaming.
Okay.
So the last thing you remember were you guys were about to go home from trick-or-treating. And you don't remember hearing the screaming at all from this house. But you wake up and Joey seems to be, like, unconscious next to you, oddly enough.
And we're just in this other house that's, like, across the street?
You're probably, like, in between two houses across the street.
Okay.
And you can see the cop cars. at this house for whatever reason. There are cop cars there.
I think he'll kind of like sit up, so he's kind of still sitting down, and just be rubbing his head like, ugh, man.
Oh, what happened? Why are we? Where are we?
I don't know. What's in the candy that they gave us?
I feel really weird.
What's the flashing lights? Ugh.
I don't know. Whoa, Michael, look over there. There's a bunch of cops over at that house.
Ugh. Oh man, I hope everything's alright.
Yeah, something must have gone down. Rough time for something weird to happen on Halloween, eh?
Yeah.
I guess we'll probably find out about it in the newspaper tomorrow morning. He looks at the watch. Man, we gotta get home. It's late.
What?
My dad's gonna kill me.
Oh crap. Let's go.
You're gonna go off. And I will end that scene there.
I don't remember that part in the extended cut of Harry Potter.
Well, actually, it was in the movie. Actually, it's just that they showed that scene where with Snape coming in to go find Lily. So there is a part where he finds these kids who are hiding inside of the room, but then right after it happens, a wizard comes up and obliviates into the screen towards the audience. So they always conveniently forget that part. Anyway, so now you know. You guys, I bet you the people who are watching didn't know that. One of the deepest secrets. Update the wiki. Okay, so this is now your sophomore year in high school, and I'm gonna say that Michael and Joey are trying out for the track team, for the cross country team, actually. And so that means Joey was able to arrange to become an exchange student at your high school, and you guys are doing some stretches. And he's gonna say, "So, Michael, what do you think? You think I've got what it takes to join the team?"
Of course, man. You're a natural.
How about you? You've been training for this?
All day, every day. I cannot wait.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll make each other a deal. If we get in, either of us gets in, then we'll treat each other to ice cream. If neither of us gets in, then we'll treat each other to ice cream just as a pity party.
Double scoops of ice cream.
Double scoops it is. This girl, Chloe Petrov is her name. Chloe Petrov comes over, and she has dark hair, brown eyes, and very, very, very pretty. Naturally pretty. Like, she doesn't wear really any makeup, if at all. And she just has a very simple but pretty face. She's a Jewish girl, but I think that her family is an Orthodox Jew, I think we'll say. Okay. And she's gonna rush over to you and say, "Hey, Michael, I just came to say good luck."
Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you.
She says, "You nervous at all?"
Nervous? No. I might be nervous for poor Joey over there, but me, no. Nervous, no.
"Hey, Joey," Joey will say, "Hey, Chloe, how's it going? Good to see you. Are you trying out for cross country as well?" "Oh, no, I just came to wish you guys good luck." "Well, that's really nice of you. We were just talking about going out for ice cream after this. Do you want to come with?" "Oh, I don't want to intrude."
Oh, well, the more the merrier, they say. Someone says, right? Someone says that.
Yeah, somebody at some point have said that.
Yeah.
She says, "Yeah, just come find me afterwards."
Yeah, I definitely will.
Chloe will give you a warm smile, and she'll walk over to the bleachers. And Joey's going to lean towards you and says, "So have you asked her out yet?"
No, not yet. I'm still working up the courage,
Michael, I see how the way that she looks at you. She likes you, and she claims that she came here to wish us both good luck, but let's be honest here. She came here to wish you good luck.
She looks at everyone like that. She's very nice, and she definitely wants both of us to...
Both of us?
Yeah, like to be on the cross-country team.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Because, that would be really awkward if she wanted both of us.
Yeah, we're not there yet, Joey.
Yeah. No, but seriously, you should tell her how you feel.
I'll tell you what. Not only if we make the team, if one of us makes the team, not only will we go out for ice cream, but I'll ask her out too.
Okay, good. Because, look, I care about you a lot, man, and I'm just saying I know what it's like to never tell anyone how you really feel about them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that's some new information. Did you leave someone behind in England or something?
No, I didn't leave anyone behind. I just never said anything.
All right.
It's going to be at this point that the cross-country captain is going to call you guys over and tells you guys that they're ready for you guys to try out. I'm not a sports person, so I'm assuming trying out just means you run around the track or around... It's cross-country, so I guess you just run... I don't know how they do tryouts, but somehow they do tryouts.
I ran my first year in high school. There's normally like a trail that the high school would plan out, and you have to like beat a certain time.
Got it. All right. I'm going to say that you and Joey will start running side by side. Mm-hmm. And then he's keeping up with you decently well. But then after a few minutes in, you can sense Joey's starting to trail a little bit further back, and you can hear him huffing and puffing a bit. I can do this. Michael, I'm going to beat you, man.
You've got
I didn't come all the way across the pond. Can come all the way across the pond just to see you. Just to see you stand up. I've got that UK water I told you about, man. It's got magic in it.
Keep pushing, keep fighting. You got this.
You're gonna keep pushing. He's gonna keep fighting it, but he's gonna continue to like trail off and off and off, and finally he's gonna say, "You keep going, brother. Just keep going. I'll catch up. I'll do more than catch up. I'll actually pass you in just a minute. Just let me get my second wind."
All right, if you say so. And then Michael's gonna push even harder.
All right, you're gonna push even harder, and you'll run up ahead. Oddly enough, you never quite catch Joey when he passed you. He must have gone so fast that you totally missed him. And you finally reach the end, the finish line. Um, and then couple minutes later, lo and behold, you see Joey puffing and puffing. And then he gets over to the end and he just kind of collapses on the ground. All
Joey,
right.
I'm impressed. 2 laps? I didn't even see you lap me.
Yeah, yeah. 2 laps, man. I mean, I, things are spinning. Whew, things are spinning. All right. I got this. I got this. And he's just gonna try to shake it off. Eventually, the captain of the cross country team comes over, and he lines everybody up, and pretty much he lines everybody up based on finishing time, and then he finally goes over, counts off people, passes by you, and then he establishes the cutoff point, and says, "All right, thanks everyone for trying out. I really appreciate you all being out here. Unfortunately, we can't take all of you." So all of you who are from this end of the line to that side of the line, congratulations, you're on the team this year. For those of you who didn't make it, please try again next year. We'd love to see you again. And you will notice that you made it onto the team, but Joey did not.
No, Joey. I think Michael will kind of like be counting with the captain, and then as soon as he realizes, he's like, "Oh,
I think I was too fast. I think that's what it was. They don't want a guy like me making the rest of the team look bad. That's just not good. That's just not good sports. Not good for the team."
I think they didn't want you to break the record, only for you to go back across the pond next year, and
You know, that's okay. I mean, maybe cross country's not in my future, but I actually saw a flyer on one of the bulletin boards for the kickboxing club. I think I'll try that instead, Joey says.
Yeah, there you go. That does seem like a kind of thing.
So, I guess this means I owe you a scoop of ice cream and you owe me two, he says with a smile.
Well, I did say 2 scoops. All right.
You did say 2 scoops. He'll take his arm and he'll just kind of wrap it around your neck as you guys walk off to have your ice cream. You're funny. You're funny, Michael. let's try to let me maintain some semblance of my manliness as much as possible.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And as you guys are walking off, Chloe is going to meet you guys, and she'll say, "Michael, congratulations! I knew you could do it."
Thanks. I knew I could do it too.
You were able to hear Chloe cheering when you had crossed the finish line, and Joey will say, "Hey, Chloe, I got a little bit of a consolation, you know." And Chloe looks at Joey and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Joey. I'm really sorry that it didn't work out." Just says, "Oh no, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, like I said, the man of the hour is Michael here. I'm just gonna be, supporting him all the way. We need to fit more audience members in the bleachers anyway."
Yeah. So, ice cream?
Yeah. Let's go. And while you guys are having your ice cream, I'm gonna say that Chloe goes to the bathroom, and then Joey's gonna say, "So you gonna say something?"
Yes. I was just, waiting for the right moment.
Do you want me to have to make a phone call when she comes back or something.
That would be perfect.
All right. You got this, man. You got this. You're in a winning streak here. You got into the team. You got to give me 2 scoops of ice cream because that's winning too. And now you get to tell this girl that you've been liking for a while how you feel.
Right. All
Chloe,
right, I can do this. I just made the cross-country team.
yeah, you're in the country team. I mean, so many girls would love to throw themselves at you, but there's only one, just one that matters. You got this.
Right. You're right.
Don't look now, but I think she's coming back.
Oh, I thought this moment was gonna last forever. Okay. All right.
Chloe comes back and with her ice cream after coming back from the bathroom, and she probably got like a very lovely some sort of sherbet, like fruit sherbet ice cream, like rainbow sherbet maybe. And as soon as she arrives, Joy will say, "I gotta make a phone call. Gotta tell my mom something. So I'll be right back," he says, and he'll excuse himself from the table.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
We'll be
Joey.
here.
So Michael, is how awesome is it having Joey here for the year?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's been quite some time, and it's good to finally get to hang out with him again.
You and him seems really close, almost like brothers.
Yeah, we've been through a lot, and I've went over there a couple years ago, or last year, for his father's wedding over in England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really cool.
I've always wanted to travel to England.
Oh, it's different, but very beautiful at the same time.
So, how are things other than, getting to the team?
Oh, they're great. Yeah. How about you?
Things are going really well. I'm doing really well in school. I mean, classes started. So Chloe is actually really smart. She gets really high grades in school right now. And she'll say, sophomore year is a heck of a lot easier than freshman year. That's for sure. You don't have to adjust to anything. It's pretty much just like last year. Although, I will say though that the freshmen, they kind of seem a lot younger than we were.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm glad you see it too, because I was wondering if we looked like that when we first got there.
I doubt it, she says.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
It's like a deer in headlights at all times.
So, homecoming's around the corner. I wasn't sure if you had thought about going to the dance?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it. There's someone who I've been wanting to ask, but I've been just building up the courage to ask.
Oh. Anyone I know? She asks.
Yeah, you probably know her the best.
What is she like?
Very smart, sensible, very supportive as well.